Don't you think we ought first inquire what is education, rather than special what subjects, what books, what system, what kind of teachers, and so on and so on. Should we first ask, why are we being educated? To fit into a system. Does education mean that? To conform to the social demand, to a particular culture says you must fit into this, you must conform, or you must find your career, your life in this particular system. Is that why you are being educated? To have a good career, to have capacity to earn enough money and all the rest of it. Is that why you are being educated? One might educate a boy or a girl to conform to a particular culture, social demand, and a career which is necessary and so on. But the rest of the whole human complex existence is totally neglected. What is the meaning of human existence? What is the significance of it? If it's merely to run a livelihood, merely to do a job, merely it seems so limited, so extraordinarily narrow. As a human being, and you've got a degree, a job, and for the rest of your life, till you die, you're committed to that. So, is that all? Apparently that's all. Is that what why you are being educated? And we are there. What is happening? We want to improve it. Find a bit different system, different methods, different way of teaching and so on. To do what? Any serious man who is concerned with education, he is concerned with the whole of existence of man. And are we challenging this whole approach to life? As an educator, how do you approach this life? Who is concerned with the whole of life? Not the politician, obviously, nor the priest, nor the army, nor the engineer, nobody is concerned with the whole of life. With the whole of life, I mean not only help student to have a technology, all the rest of the job, technology, knowledge, but also concerned psychologically, inwardly, how to face problems, to understand the whole question of relationship, love, death, whole of life. Who is there concerned like that? Are there such people? And if we are such people, what shall we do? We have not only to understand it ourselves, perhaps beginning verbally, intellectually, and then making it into an actuality in our lives. But how will you help the student to come to this, to the understanding of whole of life? Whether you want to start from the outside in the sense, change environment, change the culture, change the government, change the whole way of looking at life from the outside, through pressure, through cruel means or pleasant means, and then gradually bring about a different human being. Is that possible? Are we trying to change the human character, the condition of man, from the outside? which is called education in a different way. If it's not from the outside, is it from inside? Inside the sense, inside the skin, psychologically, inwardly. To free him from his condition, from his problems, from his tortures, from his anxieties and despairs and depressions and fears, all the suffering. Can we cultivate the human mind harmoniously? Not only jobs and careers and all that, but also his mind, the way he thinks, the way his attitudes, all that. Can the two streams go together? The outer as well as the inner. Or must they everlastingly be kept apart? Can these two go together? We have divided life as the outer and the inner. The inner is more complex, more difficult to understand, and so we have given much more emphasis to the outer. The outer, physical security, physical well-being, physical comforts, the whole commercialism, production, all that's going on in the present world. With their terror, with their tortures, with their wars, everything. That's the outer. And the inner is beliefs, rituals, gods, the saviors, the gurus, the hope there will be someday some kind of peace in one's life. One doesn't want to expose oneself too much. So he said, please don't go into that. Let's concentrate on this. So I'm just asking, is this division emphasized by education as it is now, sustained by this, by acquiring superficial knowledge and keeping the other in the cupboard, occasionally looking at it when the crisis, emotional crisis arises, and you try to solve, but that is hidden, secret. But that's also my life. How the suffering, the agony, the doubt, the guilt, the hurts, all that's part of my life, one's life. One should be educated in both fields. If you see the importance of both, how will you inquire into the human existence as it is and whether it can be transformed, whether it can be changed? I should know that is education. Not merely cram the student with a lot of facts about this or that, but also how to live without problems, without suffering, without fear, without the agonies they go through. Why has man denied the other side, or neglected, or vaguely be concerned about it? Why? Why has he neglected the other side of man, the hidden side of man? Will you, in a class, give half an hour for mathematics, half an hour talking over the other? Discussing, having a dialogue? Pointing out the importance of both? Which means the educator must also be inquiring himself. Or is it all so vague and uncertain and doubtful when the educator himself is conditioned to one way of life? What would you do, sirs, if you had children of your own? After all, students are your children. What will you do, actually?